In this video, we will continue our discussion of the shepherd model, God's blueprint for a husband's responsibilities in the home. In previous videos, which you can reference in the description, we discussed two aspects of the shepherd model: to lead and care. The third aspect that completes the model is to develop. A husband is responsible from a biblical perspective to not just lead and care for their spouse, but to aid in her development. The term develop can be separated into 5 specific activities: nurture, teach, equip, provide, and nourish. Nurturing refers to the act of caring for, supporting, and encouraging the growth or development of someone. Husbands, what in your spouse can you nurture? Is it her passion for something? Could it be her mental or physical health? Could it be her confidence to pursue certain endeavors? Perhaps her spirituality requires nurturing to strengthen her walk with God and increase her capacity to take on real-world challenges. Husbands may be surprised to realize how many marital issues stem from our failure to support their wife in one or more of these areas. Is your wife passionate about a hobby or business endeavor that you don't believe will ever get off the ground, so you grudgingly tolerate it instead of taking an active part in getting it established? Marriage provides us with more than just a partner to help raise kids, maintain a home, and pay the bills. We have someone we can depend on for life who will help us to fulfill our hopes and dreams, no matter how difficult or long it takes. No other relationship is uniquely suited to provide that. Think of the difference it would make in your relationship if you were instrumental in helping her live her passion. Your support can be the difference in achieving her goals and not giving up. The next aspect of developing is to teach our spouse. It seems kind of strange in this day and age to discuss teaching your spouse. A wife's role in the home has evolved to the point where they don't look for or require assistance from their husband to teach them in any aspects of their life. Women dominate the teaching profession at all educational levels, and arguably can be said to be the ones educating future husbands. Nevertheless, it is the biblical responsibility of a husband to acquire knowledge as a lifelong endeavor and share it with your wife to aid in her understanding. Modern society puts a negative connotation on this and labels it as mansplaining. The inference is that women no longer rely on men to acquire knowledge and should not be placated to. It all comes down to how you approach your wife with sharing information. Do you have a genuine heart for improving her understanding about certain topics, or is your attitude condescending? As head of the household, husbands should take the lead in Bible study and not rely solely on the pastor to minister to their family on Sundays. Similarly, husbands should share any useful skill or talents with their wife that may ease her burden or aid her in certain situations. The third aspect of developing our wives is to equip them, as in supply with the necessary items for a particular purpose. Husbands too often have expectations of their wives without considering how they can supply them with the means to meet it. It's kind of like expecting your car to always drive well without taking it for regular maintenance and oil changes. If you desire more attention from your wife, how are you helping to remove her distractions? If your wife feels too tired or unmotivated to perform certain tasks, find ways to equip her with the right tools for the job. Husbands, if your wives believe that you are taking more than you are giving in your marriage, it's time to reassess what you are doing to equip your spouse. Along with equipping your wife, husbands are responsible to provide as well. Again, a controversial subject given the typical two-income household where a wife no longer solely relies on her husband to provide financially. There is another video you can reference in the description about how husbands contribute more than just financially. Husbands also provide with their time and attention. They provide with their presence in the home. They provide encouragement, emotional support, and the security of always being there to take care of things in the home. The final aspect of development is to nourish your wife. The body requires nourishment in the form of nutrients and exercise. The mind needs nourishment in the form of education and socialization. So does a marriage need nourishment in the form of emotional and physical intimacy and constant communication. Communication is like the lifeblood of a relationship. Men get too busy with tasks and avoid confrontations, choosing to avoid the short-term pain of difficult conversations only to experience long-term worse effects of bitterness and resentment later in the marriage. More than likely, the busy day-to-day lifestyle of a two-income family juggling careers and kids does not leave adequate time to nourish a relationship. Husbands, along with their wives, should go on date nights, vacations, and marital retreats within their means to intentionally build in time for this very important component. If this message resonates, subscribe, hit the bell, and join our community of couples for weekly tips to make your marriage stronger, more purpose-driven. Husbands, let us know in the comments. How do you develop your spouse? Wives, how can your husband best equip you to perform better in different endeavors? How can you best be nurtured? And what can your husband provide in the marriage besides finances? Remember, love awakens when passion meets maturity. Live life and love each other with a sense of purpose.